Welcome, Kalmatar, and anyone else who's watching. I think there are a couple of you. Um, oops, that's me. Go to the workspace. Let's see. So, give me a second. I'm a little late. I actually meant to have things very well set up, but things don't always go to plan. So, thank you very much for making it, Kalmatar. I know you're watching a couple streams at once and getting the notification on your phone. I hope you'll enjoy the stream. I'm going to try to do peak space trucking tonight as I try to unscrew this monkey. So we're just going to have to change a couple of things. Sorry, this is a terrible opening to what may be the stream that gets me to affiliate, but at least we got it running. Um, how did my monkey get screwed? I played Vintage Story for too long. That's how it got screwed. Um, Everything was originally set up for YouTube and Star Citizen, but here I am. So, without any further ado, there's at least one other person in chat too who don't know what to expect other than some space trucking. So we're going to enter Star Citizen with no further ado. No, that's the wrong word. Eh, no more gilding the lily. Let's get into it. Um, for anyone just joining, yeah, I'm a mess. I'm a mess today. Um, just finished a science fiction novel and just realized that my favorite ship in this game doesn't look anything like um, the ship that I talk about in that book. But I did name this ship the Daring Dream, and I forgot. So, because I named it the Daring Dream almost 2 years before I started designing the ship that made it into a few of my books. For anyone who doesn't know, I write science fiction and fantasy full time. I make almost no money on fantasy, so I do that for fun, and I write science fiction for more fun because I have written, I think, about 30 science fiction books. I lost count. And yeah, I love Citizen. There was a time when I kind of detested it but that was many years ago, because all you could do was walk around in your hangar, and oftentimes you couldn't even look at the ships that you had. Right now, I'm back on Orison, not the best shipping area as far as I'm concerned, because it takes you forever to get off the planet. Let's see. Last time I played, it was offline because I wanted to practice my shooting. So let's see, what do we have? We've got a reclaimer, which I'm thinking of melting down, in all seriousness, because now I know almost certainly that I won't be able to refine. So it's a bit of sour grapes. I love the reclaimer, though. I just wish it was in better shape. We're going to go with the Mercury Star Runner today, which I named the Daring Dream, because someone in Star Citizen took the name Clever Dream. Oh, cool. Kalmatar is going to start his game up as well. Um, to be completely honest, I'm really shy to meet you in game because I've never done that before. Um, but I mean, if you'll permit me just a little bit of, okay, where the F am I going? Yeah, I try not to swear on this channel, but I have broken that rule more than once. So welcome to anyone who's new. If you're wondering if I enabled the armor drop, I did. So watching my stream, yeah, I'll finish my thought and then I'll get to your chat, Cal. Um, yeah, I'm running my character into the ground, trying to run across this big floor. Right. In case you're wondering, I did enable the drop for the armor. So watching my stream will count towards your 4 hours of watching a where'd my ship go? Um, watching Twitch streamers. So I don't think it matters that I'm not affiliate. Basically, I think tonight I'll be making affiliate anyway. Oh, I do not want trouble. Hope everyone's not having difficulty. I'm sure shooting the panel won't help. All right, so that's 2 bugs in a minute. Hmm. Oh yeah, by the way, hey, friend request. Accept is oh god, they made it the brackets. I accepted Kalmatar as my friend. It's that easy, folks. Kalmatar, by the way, is also known by another name from my um uh on my YouTube channel because he's been around for almost every stream that I have had. And yeah, he's a great chatter. So join him in the chat, say hi. He is my streak streamer, and I mean that in a non football way. Okay. Running around the hangar. I know this is not exactly scintillating. Okay, so this works. My plan was to get this thing up. Come on, start up the hangar animation. Ooh, I hope a lot of people aren't having this problem because I do not have another space game loaded. My only other option for playing tonight is 7 Days to Die, and I want. Oh, come on. I do not want to switch servers on stream because that just makes me look like an impatient player. But yeah, FYI, Kalmatar. Um, I don't know if you've been around for a free fly weekend or an expo, but this week, um, there's an expo coming and it's a free fly weekend. And there are rumors that Cloud Imperium Games are going to be launching patch 4.4 with a lot of cool things, um, all at the same time. So potential for disaster is very high. And as usual, I mean, no one knows this about me because I'm not public about this, but my friends hear it all the time. I'm hoping that instead of a disaster, they have a brilliant success with this, and I should switch servers. Ooh, I don't like that. Because everything seems pretty bugged. Exit the menu. Sorry, CIG. I don't have the faith right now, and I have a few people watching. So hopefully I can get to a different server and I can get things running because I think a few people on Twitch are looking at what's going on. Ooh, that's really maladjusted. Um, I'll fix this on my stream in a second. So persistent universe. I'm going to choose my own server and go to the USA. It's closest to Canada. And while that's happening, I'm going to try to fix my stream a little bit. Yep. Yeah, because that window was not sized quite right. There we go. Now you can see what I'm seeing. So I really hope that things are a fantastic success for this expo or main event that they're having because I mean, I did invest money in this game. That is most certainly true. Not a lot compared to a lot of people. I mean, I'm in low 4 figures over the years, and that's with a subscription that I kept up for several years, which gave me a ton of hanger flair. Um, like so much. I think it would take me a while to put it around. But I had a subscription when I had more money coming in, and happy to be a supporter. So I want them to succeed. It would be pretty cool if they made the first $1 billion triple or quadruple A game MMO. That's a hodgepodge of a title. I'll work on it. Because, I mean, when I was a lot younger, I remember playing um, Arena. Oh, sorry. Of course, now names fail me while I'm trying to entertain a few people in chat while the hanger is buggered up. Okay. Um, but yeah, I played Wing Commander on a buddy of mine's machine. It was Wing Commander 3 on a buddy's console. And I mean, I think I was so addicted to that thing and so more like stunned, just stunned. And it was so much fun. And I'm sorry if you're by any chance watching this now or in the future when it's on YouTube, Mike, you know who you are. You'll recognize me immediately as the guy who bogarted your console system to play Wing Commander 3 until I was finished. I think we hung out like 2 or 3 times um, before that. And, you know, we chatted a little bit because there were loading screens. Um, but I don't think we actually hung out until after, like hung out for real until after I finished that game. And I'm to this day, I'd like to apologize, even though it was like 30 years ago. But yeah, then there was X Wing. Actually, no. Yeah, there's X Wing and then TIE Fighter and then X Wing versus TIE Fighter. And I played the heck out of all those games. I played Free Space 2. That was one of my first LAN party experiences. And it was a huge joy watching the whole LAN party play levels that I designed because they had a level encounter designer, I think it was called, in that. And it was awesome. It was an awesome game. This is an awesome game. I just need it to work. I just really need it to work. Is it the ship I'm trying to call up? Probably not. But what the hell? I'll call the reclaimer up and see what happens. I mean, I don't want to fly it right now because my heart's set on jamming the MSR around. But hey, I mean, I think, Cal, I hope you're still there. God, I do. Um, I think people are going from one Star Citizen chat to the next just to see if all the streamers are having trouble. I'm afraid. Okay, great. Thanks, Cal. That's reassuring because I'm planning 2 hours for this stream minimum. And man, would it suck if I was just alone the whole time? Yeah, you're having issues logging in. I think everyone's having issues with the game right now. I don't honestly know exactly why. Um, I shouldn't try a server on the other side of the world, but I'm gonna because I'm impatient and not terribly nice about it right now. Oh boy. Okay, let's see here. Okay, persistent universe. We're gonna try. I mean, Europe is far. I'm sure I'm gonna suffer a bit of latency here, but I'm gonna try it because the show must go on. I mean, if I switch to 7 Days to Die, I'm gonna have to change the title of my stream again. I'm gonna have to reformat my brain a bit because I'm going from flinging a starship around. Hey, what's up, Avasabo? I hope I said that right. It's good to see you. Welcome to the chat. I don't know if you've been in there before. It has been a long, uh, it's been a long week to affiliate. I think Last week I streamed 21 hours, which isn't a lot, but for someone who doesn't stream, it's a lot. It's going well. And I'm trying to fill the air with some chat while Star Citizen kind of dogs it up, as in runs not so well. My MSR just spawned. The Daring Dream is coming. And yeah, I there's a friend that if they are watching, I would love for you to log on and throw boxes around with me, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be streaming tonight. I really wanted to, and I really want to play Star Citizen. And guess what? Those things are coming true, but it really didn't seem like they would tonight. Nothing dramatic. It's just I've got a lot going on and a trip coming up. Ah, even though the Daring Dream looks so small and not how I imagine her on this giant platform, I'm still very happy to see it. And that was the wrong button. Get up on your feet, buddy. So, how are you doing, Ava? Can I call you Ava? I'll wait. The delay is a thing I'm working on. Okay, it feels good to be in space. I've been playing Vintage Story for a while, and Cal has been hanging with me for that, which I really like. Okay, and Ava says, I'm here for the first time in your channel. I'm not reading ahead, so this is off the cuff. Just passing the time. I randomly came across your stream and read your bio. You're an author, and I checked out your website. Oh, I'm sorry. Um, no, all that's true. I take the credit and the blame. I can call him Ava. Cool. Or her. I don't know. Okay, get on the lift. What else do I want on the lift? I think I'm equipped. Okay, before I call that up, I'm going to check real quick. Okay, do I have my tractor beam thing? Yeah. And I'm in heavy armor because I was shooting about. All right, I better not crash. I've got some nice stuff on me. Ava says, my day went well. I'm just enjoying coffee right now. Awesome. I had two today because I recorded a vintage story video offline today. Mostly because I kind of don't want to stream vintage story much on Twitch anymore. I'm just, I don't know. I wanted to see how much progress I made without the chat in front of me. And I think I did pretty well. But I like streaming Star Citizen. First couple times I crashed pretty miserably, even though I know how to fly. I'm just really rusty. But I was also distracted by chat at least one of those times. I'd say just one of the times. Do I already have? Okay, so yeah, so I may as well use the lift. Okay, doors closing, lift's going up, everything's working. Oh God, I'm sorry, Cal. You're still waiting on the login. That's brutal. Um, my only advice is maybe choose another server, even though I know I might be making a problem worse for CIG and not giving them a chance to recover. But how many books have I written? Historically, I started writing novels when I was 16. Yeah, that was my first book. I think I finished it around when I turned 17, and I wrote a few after that. But published, as in self-published, because I'm self-published, but it's been a living since 2008. Um, it's either 37 or 38 that are currently on the market. Pretty sure. If not, it's darn close. Um, and most of them are science fiction. So I got to stop looking at chat when I know that you're in there. Streamer discipline. I will learn because I like streaming. I think I tried to coin an expression once upon a time, and is my machine in there? And that expression was anything you can do well that you enjoy, is worth doing in public. And I realized that's a terrible expression. It's very dangerous. So I hope it doesn't take. But sometimes if you do something and it's enough fun and you can do it in public without getting arrested, you should do it. Ugh. And playing games, that's the way, that's how I feel about playing games. But uh, this is definitely not the best example of me flying. Yeah, okay. So confession time. There are moments when I really suck at this game. Am I writing any books right now? Just finished one. Um, I didn't mean to tip my own hat to myself there, but I did. Um, I finished one called Rogue Clipper, and that was 2 days ago. I'm about to do um, the second to final edit on the last chapter tomorrow morning. Then I start editing the whole book from the beginning. So, long answer to your short question. But yeah, just finished one and I'm going to be editing for 6 weeks and then I'll be starting on the next one. And I love science fiction, so that book is going to be a sci fi masterpiece. Actually, no, it's going to be an adventurous sci fi masterpiece. Um, okay, somehow I got rid of stuff. Okay, right. Get in here. So, thank you, Eva. Um, I hope it does sound good. It's the fourth book in a series. The first book is called, oh, and it's the last book in that series. Ooh, that's not how I want it. Um, Defies all logic, or at least physics. That'll do. Yeah, it's a quartet. So that was the last book in that series of four. And it's about a android who was made as a decoy, a military android made as a decoy for a captain who sent her out on a mission that was supposed to be her first and last. And she awakened. In other words, she realized she was an android, that she was on a mission that was probably going to be her last. And she decided she didn't like that. So the captain who had her made as a decoy decided that instead of tearing her down and seeing what went wrong, she'd let her go because the captain loaded all of her own memories into this robot. And the robot showed that she was a little more than what was put in, than what she was more than just the sum of her parts, to use an overused expression. And that is where the first book of in her story begins. And that one's free. It's called Rogue. Oh God, Rogue Assembly. Rogue Assembly. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I don't know. A couple thousand people really enjoyed it. So I'm not a big name, but I have some really, really cool readers. All right, what was I doing? Um, but I love answering questions about my work. So thank you for that, Ava. Let's see. I think, oh, yeah, I should see if there's a contract here. Her hold should never be empty. especially while you're wearing a Planet Express shirt. Okay, so I need. Nope. No. I want to. I guess I'm going to Seraphim Station. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think I want one delivery point, so that's not worth a lot. Whew. Ambitious Dream Station. Okay, I'll take that. So we'll get clearance, which actually happened pretty fast. Wow. Oh, it's a nice sunny day. Man, I hope those doors are open enough. Yep, just barely. That'll buff out. That'll buff out. Okay, let's go. Okay, my landing gear's up, but man, they really need to fix the contrast problem. I can barely see my HUD. I got bigger fish to fry. Oh, yeah, I'm a little bit upside down. Aim for the blue. So let's see here. Yeah, hopefully I can improve my flying skills. That's really kind of the point of the whole space trucking thing. Go to transportation mode. I don't think anyone's going to shoot on me at me on my way out. It's nice to be playing Star Citizen again. I like to stay away from it until I miss it. But navigation time. There we go. Let's make it a. There we go. I think maybe I should turn the cloud detail up for fun. See if my old graphics card can handle it. Come on. Why am I not getting more throttle here? I know the atmosphere on Crusader is just thick, so how's your luck with getting in, Cal? I know it's one of those things where I think everyone's trying to play before. Oh, he's laughing. I was seriously asking. I haven't forgotten you're there, buddy. Let's see. All I need to do is get away from Crusader for now. Good God. Yeah, it is the most boring takeoff. I have this feeling that I should have like picked up a whole bunch of stuff from Orison so I could move. But I think they're oh, you cleared your cache and you're trying again. Yeah, they say that's something you should do every time the game patches, but I didn't this time. Hey, seriously, how thick is this atmosphere? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can just go. Whoa. Okay, so Ava says, yes, I checked out your website and talked to you. You seem like a really nice person, and it was great talking to you. I also work in animation, and my commission is open. I have an idea for you for an animated teaser for your book and an animated book cover, if you're interested. I would love to create some animation for you for your book and share my ideas with you. I hope you don't mind. Um, Not at all. I don't really have a budget right now. Like I'm um launching a new series like I did this year. Um Put me in very uncertain times, so I don't have a development budget of any kind. So, if you don't mind talking to me knowing that, oh, okay, it updated when you logged in. I might have to relog. But yeah, if you don't mind talking to an artist with no money, I would be happy to talk to you. You can contact me through my website, or if you can message me on Twitch, I'll respond. No, no problem at all. I like collaboration. It's just I believe in paying my collaborators. Um, when they're producing something for me, I've worked with audiobook artists or like narrators. Um, I've worked with cover artists, so I've worked with people before. It's just I don't like anyone to really do things for free. I don't like sharing royalties be on my work because that's what I live on. So I know that's not exactly how all artists do it, though. Royalty split is something that a lot of authors have done. Most of them aren't full time. Oh, come on. Get me out of this atmosphere. But yeah, thank you. I like, even though I'm Canadian and people just expect me to be nice, I like it when people call me nice. Yeah, I just turned my engines off in frustration. They're back on. This is why I don't like Crusader. Oh, God. Yeah. Go, go. Anyone watching is probably kind of tired of watching me try to get out of the atmosphere. I know I'm making progress. Oh, go. Isn't this supposed to be a very fast ship? I'm kidding. I know. It's one of the fast transports around. Yeah, good point, Cal. Engines are required to go up. Yeah, I didn't lose much altitude. I don't even think I lost much momentum. The ship is fast. I did upgrade the quantum drive too, but it's not the X1, which is the military quantum drive that you want for this ship. But it's locked behind a quest, which I'm gonna have to do once the patch comes in. Um, Wicklow, I believe, has my X1 drive, and I will get it. Okay, this is ridiculous. Can I just jump now? I think so. That's my delivery point. Where's my pickup? There. We'll go. Oh, good. I can finally jump. The atmosphere is thin enough. Let's go. Ugh. Exterior view, of course, because you have to. Let's see. So, right. So this isn't actually Seraphim Station. I'm going past that to another station entirely, which I might not have seen in like a year or longer because I usually don't do business around Crusader. Now I see that the game volume is dead. I'm going to bring that back up. Not all the way, but I want you to hear what's going on. Okay. Damn, I just got the urge to salvage, which I shouldn't do because I have a feeling all of that's going to get wiped soon. I know they're not supposed to wipe stuff in your hangar, or at least in storage, but I have a feeling that part of the database is going to get wiped. Okay, let me check. Yeah, there we go. And let us get a landing point. But yeah, like I was saying, there is a person who I've played with before. It was amazing fun. I love to have them back. But like I said, I didn't know if I'd be streaming, and I think it's impolite to like just tap people on the shoulder at the last minute, I think. But Av is back with our discussion. Yeah, no problem. When he's talking about me not having any money, which is fine, apparently, because he says, "Yeah, no problem. We can connect on X, or so we can stay in touch. That way, if you need any animation work, we can discuss it. Also, he can stay updated on whatever work I'm doing on my short film. I wish I was working on a short film. Okay, that approach was wrong. Stop. No, 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 no. We're not colliding today. This is not the plan. Um, yeah, I wish I was working on a short film, but really all I can do is write novels. And now I'm on Twitch, which is fun. I like streaming. I do. Let's get in there and not hit the roof. Oh, come on. I hate that lean reflex. That's just such a... It's like everyone... Oh, man. It's like everyone in the cockpit leaning right just to make you feel like you're about to hit something. Oh, I did not have to do that. Oh, well. But yeah, thanks for stopping in, Ava. I hope you stick around for a while and check out Star Citizen. I don't know if you're a player. But yeah, we'll connect on X. If you haven't DM'd me already, I'll DM you. I'll track you down, maybe. Yeah. Kalmatar says, it is infuriating when you don't lean the ship, but it leans you. Yeah. Let's see, how was my driving here? I know I tapped the edge, but... Oh, not a great parking job. Had me over. Want this to pick up to go smooth and by the numbers. Turn the engines off. Get the view back. Get out of the cockpit. Yeah, I don't know, man. What can I say? If this is a preview to the free fly event, I don't know. There's supposed to be a patch dropping before then too. So here's hoping that goes extremely well. Do I have provisions on me? No. Okay. This is not great. I'm nowhere near starving. But, okay, we'll just get this going. But I know I'll need provisions sometime. So we will send the elevator down so it can collect stuff. Okay, Ava says he's followed me on X. And he said his name. So I will... Oh, looks like a she. So they said their name. So I'm not going to share that on stream because I'm not an idiot. But I'll be happy to get in touch with you. This is a long road for me. I've been doing this since 2008. And one thing that is very true about being an independent author is independent artist is if you stick with it for long enough, you'll have good times, bad times, low times, high times. I'm in a low time. So who knows what's next? If I make affiliate, I'll treat Twitch like a part-time job. And that'll probably be a lot of fun for me. And it'll give me a good excuse to play video games. And another way to connect with my readers. And other people, other artists maybe. But if you've never seen it before, this is Space Trucking and Star Citizen. At least my version of it. There's a more efficient way. But that would require me to switch ships, and I like this ship. If I need any help with stream branding. Oh yeah, you do that? Okay. I do some graphic design, but I am not super talented. I've made my own covers before, but I always used artwork that I licensed, which you could probably tell from my covers. But my graphic design style is very dated because I learned in the early 2000s. Even my version of Photoshop, I think, is from 2010 or 2012. Which gives me the sort of hosting rights of saying I don't use AI for any part of my designs. But what can I say? It also keeps me in the early 2010s. But yeah, I'll let you know if I need any branding stuff for this. I think it would be a lot of fun. And it'd be great to actually get some original artwork done. I'll see probably after I probably won't have any free cash for that until after December though. I honestly don't think that yeah, Christmas is expensive. I think it's expensive for everyone, so I'm not alone there. Ava says, yes, I work for streamers. So far, there's no artwork that they haven't created. Nice. Once I'm free from the stream, we can talk on X, and they'll show me previous work. If I like it, they'd be happy to create something for my channel. That's great. I mean, my channel is old. I streamed ages ago and did it for fun, as I am now. But now I think I'm gonna do this a little bit more professionally, at least. Especially since they made it easy to become an affiliate. I think that's actually really nice. And of course, they're probably doing it for the money. It's Twitch, and I know who owns them, so there's no. I have no delusions that they're here for the lulz. Twitch wants to make money too. But hey, reducing the requirements for affiliate gives me a nice opportunity. And I'm sure you're talking to a lot of streamers now. You must be. Because there are a lot of baby streamers that wanted affiliate for years. Now they're probably making it. They're probably getting there now that the requirements are roughly half. Okay, I'm going to mute my mic for a minute so you get a break from me talking and so I can blow my nose. I honk like a moose in the wild. There we go. I'm just getting over a cold, so the last vestiges are still with me. Oh, exclamation point lurk. Is that like a common activation or something? Because I need to enable all that stuff. I just wanted to wait for the affiliate thing to happen. So you're more than welcome to lurk. Very welcome to lurk. I actually need the viewers. But I don't know. Star Citizen seems like they say their player base has increased by 40% this year. I have no reason to doubt them. Personally, sure someone might, but um I don't know how popular the game is right now, to be honest. Man, now I just want to go scavenging. Oh well. Slow down so I don't slam right into the station or an asteroid. Because neither of those things are fun. But yeah, I'm sorry you can't log in, Cal. That really sucks. Um, I'd say keep trying, but I don't know the problem. Um, one thing you can do is do a search on Spectrum, see if there's an easy fix, or if they're just telling people to wait a little bit, which I haven't seen them do since 3.3 something, which was when I started playing and things were really terrible. I had like a good week play back then. Finally able to fly ships that I'd owned for ages. Um, there it is. Do not hit the station. Um, but there was a week where it was really good, and then the rest of the 3 series was kind of a nightmare. So hopefully the game will get much better very soon because I know the teams are working harder than ever. And I think the Star Citizen development team is actually bigger because there are people coming from this door is not open. I have a feeling it's the other door. Yeah, it is. So we will slow down and do a flip. The landing gear down. That would have been so cool if I did it at like 4 times the speed. Trust me, it'd be really cool. Oh, that's low enough. Or maybe not. See, I know I didn't hit anything. That's just grr. Okay, but I am gonna park properly.
Landing complete.
Good landing.
Have a pleasant stay.
Kinda. My landing gear felt that. Let's fuel up. Landing. Well, if you're hanging out, Cal, um, I could try to do like a re-tutorial. Like, tell you what buttons I'm pressing to do which. That grammar's horrible. I realize it. Um, but I could do that if you like, because I'm just grateful that you're here. My engine's still on? That could be a problem. No, okay. My habits win. So now we unload. I think I might want to switch to salvaging, because it's different. I haven't done it in a little while, and it's pretty complicated, but I think I remember most of the controls. I think that'll be the big barrier to success for Star Citizen when it goes to 1.0. I think if the controls stay this complicated, they really might put a decent number of people off. So I kind of hope that they simplify some things. Oh, cool. The bay is open and the box is stuck. Just stay there. This is a great machine. Not great at walking, that's for sure, but moving boxes? Whew. There's literally nothing better. And thankfully you can buy it in-game. You don't have to buy it for real cash. Most of the ships and stuff are like that. Get... Ugh. I just called you the best thing ever. That'll do. But yeah, so... Alright, I'm going to run down and clean that up while I park my rig. Or after I park my rig. Let us go. Okay. This is probably not the most exciting thing. Oh, look. Cheap viewers, streamboo.com. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm new, but I'm not that new. Is everything locked down? No, this guy's wiggling free. There we go. How many crates? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that is the job done. I just have to put them down into storage, into the hangar. Go, go. Pay me, pay me. It's not a lot of money, but I didn't do a lot for the money. There we go. I got myself paid. Now, where are we? Hey, I'm getting rep. Let's check the map. We are... Oh, of course. Beautiful Glen Station. I've been there many times. No, like probably 5 times. Ever. So let's find a job. Contracts. Offers. Small grade hauling. We want to... Ooh. It's a lot of deliveries in one shot. Well, I am practicing flying. Okay. We'll do a multi-delivery thing. That's I mean, they're not even paying me enough to do that many deliveries. Seraphim, Seraphim. Okay. Okay, it's just a station run. Yeah, I'll do that. That'll take me a little while, but hopefully a few people will hang with me while I'm doing basic space trucking. Let's see here. Huh, that is a lot of trucking. I feel more like an Intellicom driver or an Amazon driver. With this. Okay, get that door open so we can get going. We refueled, right? A double check. Yeah, we did. It's just always good to double check. So that is Alt N to get the control tower to open the doors for you. Sometimes you have to wait in queue. F2 to bring up the map. So I'm going to click on collect shipment and then click on the routing icon there. And we're off. As soon as I manage to take off. after I turn my engines on.
On. Launch complete.
Back up a little. Really turning quick. If I whack something, it'll be hard. Oh no, I'm good.
Landing complete. Launch
This is why it's nice to fly the same ship for a while. Landing gear up by pressing N.
landing.
And
Up.
holding B gets my drives to switch modes to transit. So I can jump to my destination. Which is where? Okay, there are a lot of markers on my screen here. Collect shipment. Excellent. That is exactly where I want to go. Why my drive isn't spooling, I don't know. Guess I just have to get away from the station. Landing gear, landing gear. Is it down? No, I think it's up. Okay. I think my map is set up wrong. Okay. Oh, invalid target. That's weird. We're just going to cancel, collect shipment, reset the route or route, depending on where you're born. Okay, maybe it's down here because I've got to collect shipments from at least at least two places. What? Oh, I actually had to load something up there. You know, this is why you should read your missions. What? Because it'll remind you of things. I was looking for a job that started here. And what do? And I get one, and I totally forgot
Shields on.
to load my ship. This happens. Not to everyone, but it does happen. I was just so eager to like take off and get going. I enjoy flying this ship. I hope they don't change it too much. But they are changing things. The whole flight model is going to be changing. And early reviews from people like Avenger One, who is some people say is the best fighter pilot in the game. Um, I don't know if that's true, but he does give good advice to pilots. He liked the changes that he got to preview. Okay, let's make this a quick landing because I don't want to admit that
Landing
I
gear.
screwed this
Ready.
up. But it's kind of impossible to admit and to ignore because, or to deny because you guys saw it. I forgot to load my ship. Come on in, let's go. Uh-huh. I wish that they still had the collision alarms. They might. I just may not have set them off. Okay. Um, that was close. Or that is close. Where is the where? Oh, there's the warehouse. No. Warehouse on that side? Oh well, I'll just turn the whole thing around. Do not hit. It hit. No, the repairs will cost dozens of fake credits.
Landing complete. What
Yeah,
does it
landing
say?
complete. It's embarrassing. Well, good thing no one saw it. Turn the engines off before I really hurt myself. And repair my ship. Landing. Okay, it cost me 5 credits and repairs. It could be worse. Oh, it could be a lot worse. So engines are off. Yep. Out of the seat. Okay, so my hydration's down to 81%. I might actually have to go into the station and get something to drink. Not gonna lie, that would probably be pretty smart. Maybe pick up a burrito. Hmm. Burritos in space. It seems like a sensible food for space. I can't believe I left without the shipment that I'm supposed to deliver. It's so ridiculous. But it happens. Hey, hurry up. I like the immersion factor, but sometimes you're just in a hurry because you screwed up. Okay, get the Atlas, which is what this crate loader is called. And get those boxes in. I really hope they don't wipe money on the next patch, but I'm pretty sure they will. So this is really just flying and loading practice. The trick is, as long as you've got your box, seriously, that's not everything, is it? Trick is to look at your box, collect your box. Right? So you get it with the tractor beam. While it's on its way to you, you should start looking at where you want to put the box. And then, before the box reaches you, click on that spot. It takes practice, but it speeds things up immensely. So did I miss anything? Go, go, go. Send it down. I want to make sure I got everything because 2 boxes. It's not what I expected. Nope. That's everything. Clear filters. What does that button do? Oh, don't need that. Okay. I've made sure. So what's the job? I collected some stuff. I'm going to double check this. So I might fail this job because I didn't get all the boxes. The stakes are low, but you know. Okay, so collect. Hmm. All right, I'm just going to follow the waypoints. That's all I can do. And it's what I want to do. I mean, I really do want to practice flying with this ship to the point where I'm the guy. Unless I start playing with someone who's a much, much better pilot, in which case he's the guy. I'll have to practice something else. Unless they just need a guy in the loading suit all the time, I'll be happy to do that. But this is about to become a much more um, crew-focused game because they're bringing engineering in, which is gonna be crazy. Open the doors, man. Okay, let's get back to first person view so I can fly this thing properly ish. But I have been playing this game on and off for a few years now. Um, the problem with me is that I had to take breaks that lasted months and months. So polishing my skills up is a priority. To be honest, I'm a little bit embarrassed to play with other people because I'm such a scrub. I kind of suck. Okay, is this still marked somehow? Why? I really don't know what's going on there. Okay, so deliver. I need to collect more stuff. Nope. Okay. We're just gonna set our cancel that. And we'll route. That's not very efficient. Still not efficient. Oh, okay. Yeah, I still have to collect that. So we'll do that then. Oh, crap. Come on, spool up. There we go. That is closer. I have a feeling that if I were running bunkers or something, I'd have a lot more viewers. But this is what I'm doing tonight for now. I'm not great at running bunkers, to be honest. The first person shooter thing, I can do it. I can win against NPCs, but I have no idea what the performance is like right now. Things don't seem entirely stable. So I don't really like doing it then because you kind of don't know what you're facing. Like the NPCs could be really slow and hard to and not reacting at one point, and then they can be super hardcore and like overcompensating for lag the next, which means they just make headshots and your things seem normal, and then suddenly they're just like the Terminator, which is crazy. Not sure if that still happens, but it did happen to me a while ago. It's been months, but it had happened pretty badly. Everything was going normal, and then suddenly multiple headshots in 1 second, and there's just never a chance. So, kind of don't want to do that while I'm just trying to get my piloting skills back up to snuff. And, like, not even combat piloting. We're talking like civilian pilot jobby stuff. And this is me going too fast. Slow down and don't hit the station or black out. It's pretty bad. All right, give me a spot to land.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Oh, give me a swanky spot, buddy. Come on. Uh, where the F? I see the marker. There we go. Blue marker. Nope, I got one of the exterior hangars. Nothing swanky about that. What do I have to tip someone? Not that it really matters. I'm just here to deliver stuff. Okay, trick for new pilots. If you really want to slow down, one way to do that, if you really don't know much about what you're doing, is to just hit N to drop your landing gear. That will slow you down to find maneuvering speed. And it's a solution. It's not the best solution. The best solution is practicing reverse thrust. So if you really have to slow down, you're really desperate, you point your main engines in the direction you want to stop moving in, i.e., flip your ship. So your engines are pointing where you're going, and then basically hit your afterburners. That works.
Landing
That's
complete.
saved my
Progress
button a
sustained.
few times. Ooh, that was a lot of lag. I don't like that. Where is the drop off point? Am I pointed at it? Almost. God, I need practice. Because, I mean, this seems pretty simple, pretty unimportant in a way. But I like group missions where it's important that the pilot points, say, the loading bay in this ship, the main ramp, at an objective, right? So you have people who are waiting to run off the ship or drive off the ship and approach a target. So you want your engine, your main ramp, in this case, it's always at the rear, pointed right at it so everyone can just roll off as quickly as possible. So what they want is a quick landing so your ship doesn't take too much damage and you can pick them up later, and to roll off in the right direction. Select all, move that, and bring it to me. Go, go. Oh no. Why is it not going? Okay, I feel the lag. I think players are transferring from the US server to the Europe server or servers, and that may be causing some lag. Well, let's see. So, let's get our stuff. That one. There. And that one. Let's put it there. Organize our boxes a bit. There we go. Can we just not? So it's not always the best at doing fine organization, but it does the trick. Kind of messy. So when engineering goes live, it's going to be crazy because you'll suddenly be facing an object-based damage system, which simply means stuff like this will be really important. I'll show you. That is a component bay. And that is my Juno Starworks something. Ah, yeah. Power plant, I think. Cooler. Keeps your components cool so they can run uninterrupted. Cooler number 2. And more power generation. And there are other parts around the ship that are easier and more difficult to get through. And that, I think, is a fuse. Not sure. This isn't the best example. It has all the bits and pieces, I think, but it's not fully updated. The Mercury Star Runner needs a little bit of love. And I can't wait for it. Because it's a great ship. I mean, 2 turrets, top and bottom. A lot like a famous ship from a Star movie about a war. A little recreation area, which will eventually have refrigerator spots where you can load up supplies for real. Okay, yeah. And there's one of these pieces. When you put it on the coaster, it's not that one. Open a secret door. I'll have to look it up just so I know my ship a little bit better. That's the only kind of piece of knowledge that I'm missing, to be honest. But you move one of those pieces onto that coaster, I believe, and you open a secret passage, which has other entry points that I do know. So, yeah, nice accommodations. These lockers are... Oh! I did not know that you could use them as storage already. Very cool. Leaving. And of course, you have one compact bathroom with a pull-out toilet that also doubles as a shower. And this is what makes this really deluxe. You got another one right there. I'm not trying to sell you the ship. It's mine. You can't have it. But, oh, I don't want to use it. Just, no, back away, back away. We don't want to subject our audience to that. Oh, I closed the door. That's why I got pushed in. I'm like, ooh, is this guy gonna turn around and squat? Not that kind of stream, folks. And yeah, you can turn the lights on, which I generally like to do. And yeah, I think that's more fuses. and they're not even installed. So engineering isn't quite working yet because it's not in the game yet. But once it is, you're going to need a crew for larger ships. This one, preferably. Um, Engines on. Um, because if you start taking damage, fighters are going to be aiming for specific points on your ship. Eventually, this is the plan. Good starfighter pilots or pirates, which are already in the game because
You are clear for
right now
launch.
the pirates are people. um, will try to disable your ship by taking out critical components or secondary components. They're not picky. Um, and then they will board you and take your stuff. Right now, the critical component part, that's not in. But them shutting you down and boarding you, that's in. That's one of the reasons why I like the Mercury Star Runner. It doesn't have a cute, chubby profile. Well, that's not the only reason why I like it, because it does have a cute, chubby profile. It's kind of like a hamburger. I like it. Anyway, um, it is a great getaway ship. That's my real point. And you can get away in style because you got those accommodations. And I think bed logging works again too, which is literally where you log off in bed. Okay, I need more. I need to collect more shipment. So I will try not to hit a part of the station. And we jump. Yeah, there we go. So, hope everyone's having fun in chat. Hope this space trucking stuff is not boring you to tears. I mean, worst comes to worst. I could go off and do something foolish. Like, take a mission where I shoot someone, which I'm not great at. But the last time I hit a bunker, it worked out in my favor, put it that way. That's where my character got those weapons that are hanging off his backpack. I think one of them's the new shotgun. It's very cool. Anyway, Ray really overpowered right now, so I liked using it. It was fun. Finding ammo for it was kind of a pain in the ass. I had to raid at least 3 corpses. But anyway, and then I died because my ship was destroyed, not with me in it. Um, Someone outside decided to destroy my ship, but I had a rover nearby, and that survived. Actually, no, it survived in the ship, and I was able to drive the rover out. Whoever destroyed my ship, nowhere nearby, nowhere to be seen. And I was totally willing to have like a little PvP battle before he killed me. But so I started driving, and that took for bloody ever. So I eventually had to log it off because I never reached another base, sadly. And I think I drove for a good 45 minutes. It was just a remote spot. So, of course, when I logged back in several days later, I appeared in my quarters with nothing in my backpack, but those weapons were still hanging off of it. So that's why I have no provisions, which was not the point I was making, but it was a fun adventure. Like that's one nice thing about this game being in alpha. Most of this stuff doesn't matter. If you lose weapons, if you lose ships, if you know, none of that stuff really matters yet. But it will. That's why they're bringing in engineering and other systems like that. Um, Give me a bit more juice there. But oh, my limiter's on. That's why. But yeah, they really want it to matter. when you lose a ship. Give me a parking spot. Okay. There we go. Slide right into position, I hope. Do not fly through the rings. You're not that good. Ugh. Okay, my hangar is on the other side. Thankfully, those signs are holographic. All right, so let's get this thing turned around. There we go. There's our hangar. I will eventually bullseye landings in my sleep because I love flying. That's really what this stream's all about. I'm kind of celebrating Star Citizen, celebrating hopefully getting affiliate because I'm a hair away. And yeah, I'm kind of still on a high from finishing Rogue Clipper.
Landing
I've
in
never
30
finished a
seconds.
quartet before. Writing 4 books. 3 of them were written mostly in 1 year. That was a hell of a lot of fun. It's draining. But yeah, I'll be finished Rogue Clipper from first sentence all the way to the final edit before the year is out. So I honestly couldn't be happier about it. I'm also a little bit stunned because I really did set the goal for myself, and sure, I fell short. I was supposed to finish 4 books this year, but I think finishing 3 is pretty good. Go. Yeah, this is another pickup. So the menu on the list on the right telling me to deliver things, I think is wrong. Select all, transfer, bring it up. There we go. I always wait for the lights to come on. I don't know. It's maybe superstitious. But no. So I know the chat isn't super busy right now, but you guys are probably listening. And I'm wondering, what would a good night be for me to have a regular stream? Like a guaranteed, I will be there at X time every week. If you could pick a time for me to stream at every week, where you can find me doing something live, because I'm a variety streamer. I've decided this. There's nothing left there. What would that night be? And time. If you have a time in mind, you guys get to answer this question. Because there's no one else here. It's kind of a privileged opportunity if you like what I do. And I'm very happy to see Cal here, so. And I know you've been around for a lot of my streams. I really hope I close the back door. So yeah, sing out. Tell me what you guys would like to see. Also, if you have any game requests, I'm open to trying pretty much anything. Okay, let's see. Yep, I closed the door. Engines are off. Open that door, man. And we'll back out. So Cal says, and his opinion means a lot, this was a great time for him because he's usually available all day, every day. Okay, that's really cool. So what you're saying is your schedule's pretty open. I wish mine was. I really do. But I usually have to write, or at least edit, every morning.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Okay, why am I getting marked over to that? Oh, I have no specific destination routed. That's why. Yeah, thank you for weighing in. I'll definitely. Well, is there? Okay, so this time was great. So starting at around 6 or 7 was a good thing. I will definitely keep that in mind. I know the last Star Citizen stream I did on YouTube hit 21 viewers, which was awesome. Unfortunately, I my time was pretty much up. The count stayed at that level for about 15 minutes before I had to hop off, and I know anyone who watches this in the future on YouTube will say, "Well, that was dumb. You should have tried to stay in for another hour." But I had something to go to. I really wanted to stay, but just it just wasn't in the cards. So I know a lot of people are switching their streams to YouTube, which I find strange. It's not. It's still not super easy to get affiliate or partner on Twitch. It's a lot of work. I'm lucky because I still had a bunch of followers from my old work, my old streams on Twitch, so I had a head start. Um, but it's work. So switching to YouTube can't be easy. The only reason why I'm not streaming on both at the same time is because keeping track of one chat when it gets a little busy is definitely enough for me. I don't want to have to do two. Not that it's busy. I'm not deluded. I know I'm just talking to a crowd of 2 or 3. So right now. But for some reason, things were a lot busier on YouTube for me. My main YouTube channel has 520 viewers, so that's some, or 520 subscribers. So that's something to keep in mind. But all right, so am I delivering here? I think I'm delivering here. What? Wait. Stop. Did I? There's no way I went to the wrong place. Oh, I kind of did. This is what happens when you don't use your map. I am close to where I have to go because the 2 points overlap. So here we go. Mini jump, just a little jump. But yeah. What are you looking for? Too much multitasking. I said that as I turned my mic off. Um, I've got a honk again. But before I do that, what are you looking forward to in Star Citizen, Cal? Is there any activity you're looking forward to, like first person shooter stuff? Do you want to be a fighter pilot for a while? Do you want to try that? Um, and do you want to do something like what I'm doing? What's on your agenda? If you could log in tonight, what would you try doing other after you got your ship? You're not sure. Okay, 1 sec. I'm gonna honk. Hey, where am I? Oh no. Do I have to deliver it? Wait. Is this a nav point? Yep. That's an orbital maneuvering point or OM point. So you use those to get around a planetary body. Or in this case, specifically a gas giant. So you can come down on your target. And I have a feeling I'm going to Seraphim. Yeah, we're spooling for Seraphim Station. And spooling is the language in this game for drives warming up. That's probably clear, but. Ah, there it is. Seraphim Station. Oh, okay, so you wanted to start doing beginner missions. Oh. Um yeah, there's beginner missions for every category, I think. Um I mean, there is a definite path to whoa, going too fast. Do not go towards the station at that speed. Slow down. Okay. At least they got my hangar request. Where am I landing? But yeah, there is actually a path to doing shipping as a career choice, which you can just change careers whenever you want. There's no classes in this game. Um, just slow my ass down. But basically, yeah, you can, for example, if you had a beginner ship that could do a couple of boxes, there are box delivery missions if that's all you have room for. And you can drive those around to planets up and down, orbit to planet and back, or to different planets because you can jump in pretty much any ship. We're slowing down now. There we go. That could have been pretty nasty. Now, see if my old trick will work. Point my nose at one hangar or one cargo elevator so I can point my butt at the other. See if that worked because I'm going to deal with the results. Basically, so you, oh, I'm too close. Um, you start by doing box missions, make some money that way. Or if you have, room in your hold for a couple more boxes, you can do bigger missions. And then you earn enough to rent a ship. Rent a ship that can take more cargo. And you just keep going like that. I'm earning reputation with this area, like the area around this planet, Crusader. So I'll eventually get more lucrative missions. Um, and this is the ship that one of the ships I start with because back in the day I spent a few $100 on the Kickstarter to this game when there was nothing but a trailer, and Chris Roberts, the founder of Cloud Imperium Games and the creator of Wing Commander, the movie and the game. Um, oh, it's a pretty good pointing job. Seraphim, Seraphim, Seraphim. Yep. Now it says I have to deliver all this stuff. Great. Um, so yeah, as they say, got in early and bought a really good Kickstarter package. And then I spent a few more bucks, and a couple of readers actually gave me gift cards, which I told them to stop doing that. um, and I even told a few of them, hey, if you want to help, just, subscribe to my Patreon, please, because you'll get more out of it that way. Because I really suck at Star Citizen. And I did back then, especially. Way worse than I do now. So a couple of them actually did join Patreon, which was great. Um, anyway, but they also didn't want the gift certificates back, so I ended up with oh god, I have to. Nope, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just open the door again, dummy. Um, but yeah, so I ended up with a lot of credit in the game, out of the game, to spend on ships in the game, if that makes sense. Basically, I bought ships for real cash. Hey, I think I did it. That's two. Hope I got paid. Let's check this out. Contracts accepted, submit, and it is complete. Double check with my cash. Yeah, I think that's right. Yep. Okay, great. That is done. Hmm. Let's see. Okay. I think I'm going to transfer this ship to another place. This is Seraphim Station. So, yeah, without spending more real money on the game, other than just buying it like a normal game where you get a starter ship, um, there is a path to upgrade your ship. Basically, you rent one if you're doing, say, for example, cargo missions. You rent a bigger ship so you can do bigger cargo missions. You get more rep, you earn more money, and then eventually you buy the ship you want. And there are some people who go down that road and they end up buying a starfighter and they end up doing bounty hunting missions and all that stuff, which is great. I need to figure out my control scheme again because it got wiped a while ago. But once I do, I'll probably. Oh, there's salvage missions. I'll probably actually start doing hunting people down in a starfighter because that is fun. It's just getting the feel for it again is rough. When I played games like that, it was always with stick, and I have a couple controller sticks. But okay, so I'm at Seraphim Station. I want to pick up there. Everything is stations. How much time do I have left here? Not that much time, but I think what I'll do is I'm going to take a trip. Yeah, I think I'll take a trip to another planet. Take a look around for a minute because I don't think anyone in this stream is no one in this stream has seen much of the ground, i.e. civilization. So we'll refuel. And then I might just do a salvaging mission real quick. Um might not be any such thing as a quick salvaging mission. Come on. Okay, good. Oh, refuel me. Come on. Oh, it refueled me. Okay. Says the repairs are okay, good. They repaired me too. Fantastic. So we'll get the hell out of here and hopefully make it quick. Because I have a bug for salvaging, which is a gameplay loop that no one on my stream has seen yet because I've been sort of practicing my piloting. Oh! Where you won't go into how well that's going. Please. Okay. Get the landing gear up. And get our butts out of there. Let's swing the camera around for fun. Good deal. Now. Okay, we are going to area 18. Oh, drop the extra A. Okay, and let's chart a course. I said let's chart a course. Okay. Hotkey for that is R. Okay, fine. Well, R Corp is the planet we're going to. I'd really like to chart a course. Set a route. Oh boy, this game. Let's try a different destination. Just not agreeing with it. Okay, we'll just ping pong a little bit. We'll go here. See if that'll route. No. Oh well, we're going to wing it. So turn that on. Actually, I'm going to try it with my jump drive on. And that's where we want to go. Still won't do it. Okay, never mind. We'll go there, but we'll do it our way. The old fashioned way. So, this solar system or star system is set up in a planar fashion, like our galaxy. So, everything you want to, everywhere you want to go is sort of on one solid plane. The problem that I have right now is that Crusader is in the way, and that may actually be stopping us from creating a proper route to where we want to go. So let's go to Daymar, which is also the home of the annual player organized Daymar Racing Rally, which is pretty exciting. I've never seen it, but now that the servers are set up really well comparatively, I might actually have to go and be a spectator. At least at the start and finish line. All right, drive, spool up. It's nice to be right. Turns out Crusader, that big bloated ball of gas, was in our way. It happens. All right, so we've got a couple minutes while my ship transits over. Let's see. So, what do you usually do in games, Cal, and anyone else in the chat who wants to weigh in? Running and gunning, or do you want to fly ships? What are you into when it comes to the games like this? Because I don't know, once upon a time, yeah, once upon a time I was really into shooters, but we're talking about like Unreal Tournament, which was a long time ago. Battlefield 1942. Those were my big first-person shooter games where I was actually pretty good. So it's been a while. Um, oh, okay. So Cal says he usually does manufacturing and building. That's coming. Um, right now, trade and that sort of thing is starting up, as you can see. You can make real money shipping things around, and you can make money salvaging too. I'm not fully down with all the play aspects yet with salvaging, but if you stick around, you'll see some salvaging. Um, I think low scale, I'm not going to bring my giant ship up to salvage. It's tempting to sort of, I think I showed you around on my giant ship. But anyway, um, yeah, I'm just going to use the Vulture. It's a smaller salvaging ship. But salvaging is going to be part of crafting. Um, so, crafting weapons, crafting all kinds of different things will lead this game into base building, which is a very big deal, and manufacturing ships. So, right now, there are quests where the rewards are actually ships, and there are no, like, not all small ships. Like, you can get some pretty nice ships just through questing in this game. I haven't done it yet. I'm planning to do it really soon. Um, so it's going to be fun. I'm just waiting for this patch to roll over. I want 4.4 to come out, so I'll have as much time as possible before. There's Area 18. Let's go. My drive has to cool down though before I jump again. Um, so I'm down to try that. I want to try, you know, working for Wicklow, who is the guy who gives you those really juicy quests. Also, I want my jump drive. Once upon a time, you could. Oh, okay. So if you're into shooters, you're probably doing PvP, Kalmatar. Um, I've had I've gotten away from pirates 3 times in this game. Once in this ship, twice in the Vulture, which is the ship you're about to see. And I think if you're a builder, you might appreciate the Vulture. It's very utilitarian. So you're going to see that in a minute or 5. Things don't happen quite that fast in this game until they do. But no one's ever boarded the Mercury Star Runner. They put some bullet holes in it, but they haven't boarded it. I am quite proud of that because there have been attempts, not singular. There have been a couple attempts, and they made the mistake of coming at me in space. No, no, no. This thing is slippery. It's kind of awesome. Um, but not as slippery as, starfighters. Go, I want to go. Oh yeah, I should ask for a place to land before I get trespassed out. I swear, the city treats me like a bad boyfriend. Let's see. Okay, do not hit the signal tower. I'm really talking to myself here. I I haven't crashed yet. It's a miracle. Let's get down there before they close the doors on us. Ooh, I see something I do not want to run into. Let's go. Landing gear down. Yeah, they only give you so much time to land. You don't have to hurry because if you miss your window, you can request that they open the doors again. Oh, it's not the end of the world. I just don't like missing my... Ooh, yep. Not supposed to land there. Missed it. There we go. Little hard, but I got it in. Yeah. Oh, I misread you. Sorry. You said if you're doing shooters, it's probably PvE. There's more and more of that happening. Right now, there are a lot of destinations to do PvE. Um, PvP is, I don't know. I haven't been under fire very much. I've always been able to get away because I was always doing something else. And someone just sort of encountered me and decided to start shooting. Unless they're pirates, then they wanted my stuff. And they caught me looting something. What can I say? Anyway, but PvE, I have to say, has polished up in this game really well. There are situations where, like I said, um, the AI in this game tries to force NPCs to be super NPCs, but that's only when there's a lot of lag because the program basically should I leave you in here? I have two. I will. Um, that happens when the server's really laggy, and I don't even know if it happens anymore because that was at least 8 months ago. But the last time I did a bunker was just last week, and I ended up killing 10 targets in one bunker, and then I went to another bunker and killed 23 because and they were soldiers, they were enemy soldiers that were NPCs. Um wow, okay, what a mess. Can I store my Mercury Star Runner? Um and it was really smooth. It was really cool. It was a challenge. but that's a good thing because I was able to overcome. I ran out of medical supplies, which is again just fine because I survived. What killed me was my impatience. Like I had to leave physically, like I couldn't stick around and playing video games anymore that night. Come on, elevator. Whoops. Did not mean to draw my weapon. But yeah, I was able to kill a lot of targets. It was a lot of fun. The second bunker I went to was the wrong bunker. Um, so my quest was in one place. I drove to another. Oops. And that was fun, but I was out of everything, so I didn't have any ammo that I brought with me. I didn't have any medical supplies that I brought with me. Everything on my character was stolen from other soldiers except for my armor. Even the backpack, I think it was taken from another soldier. NPC. So it wasn't bad. I'm slow on PvE. I think that's what makes me kind of bad at PvP. Because I'll take cover, I'll pick my time, and I'll take my targets out. Um, and I like that style. And this kind of lets you do that. They will come for you. Like if the baddies spawn and their job is to take you out, they will come for you. So you can take cover, but only for so long. They'll find you. And it'll seem pretty organic. So I kind of hope that things have steadied out for the NPCs so that even when the servers are super busy, everything works out fine. And I think it has. So, but if you have to buy armor, and you probably will, just buy heavy armor. Ignore the rest. Um, it costs more, but the heavy backpack um, lets you carry more. And in heavy armor against most weapons, you can survive a headshot. Two depends on the weapon, but yeah, you can survive a headshot. So yeah, but I mean, after those two bunkers, my impatience killed me because I was rolling around in a ground vehicle I bought, trying to get to a place where I could call a ship, and I just ran out of time. So I hit the suicide button, or did I? Yeah, I did. I have to admit, I unalived myself because I wanted to teleport back and kind of see what happened. And I hope this is the right stop. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So, has chat seen this city on our corp? It's called Area 18. Because it's kind of the cleaner cyberpunk city. Very cool. With all the advertising you'd expect, of course. Owned by our corp. Am I in the right place? Not yet. Oh, that's your home area. It's my favorite. I totally chose Orison as my home area by mistake because I like the way Crusader looks. I really do. Yeah, I have to get to the retail bridges. Um, I hope I'm not spoiling it for you. I really do because it's a great city. The only real important advice I have about this city is look for the signs. So I'm headed for ammunition, obviously. Um, And in this city, if you can find ammunition, you can find food, which is pretty cool. Oh, come on. This has got to be the right way. You know what I... Okay, that's the food court. I'm not going the right way. Let's see here. So I'll buy you some. I'll buy some stuff so you can see. Oh yeah, I'm totally going the wrong way. I mean, I can get lost in a broom closet. So I need the signs. I need the signs. And they're telling me I'm going the wrong way. Harcourt Plaza. I believe this is helpful. No, this is where I came in. So we're just kind of starting over. Really sorry to anyone. Sorry for anyone in the stream because I'm sure you didn't come to watch someone get lost in a city that's actually not that big. So I kind of wonder what this game will look like in 10 years because the rate of expansion right now is actually really big. Next patch, they're releasing a new solar system, new star system, sorry. That's the right term. And yeah, I mean, it's right now it's one per year, but they're actually getting tech online so they can go faster. I think this is the right place. No. All right. I know enough to just look for the right sign. And there are maps. I am there. I have to go. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if I'm facing this, I have to go this way. Yep. This is totally where I should go. Yeah, that's why I missed it. It's not a big hallway. So, but it's a nice home area. Um, to be honest, I would really love to guns and ammo. Yay. Um, I'd love to run a hammerhead with a crew. I don't know what position I'd take, but food. Need food. Okay. What I want is under drink. Right. Cruise Lux is awesome because it's cheap and it satisfies all your food needs. Actually, I'm not going to buy it this way. Get me out. Oh well, I'll buy it. Okay, so we'll go out. That's really all I needed because I'm not going to be using weaponry. Yeah, I didn't send the purchase to my backpack, so I get to grab it. What is that? Oops. Did I take a fuse out of my ship? Okay. I might have. That's totally possible. So I'm going to put some medical supplies on my character. There we go. Sustenance. Oh, I already had some here. So we'll just put that in our backpack and we'll be all set. 2 more. Awesome. Well, I hope my ship didn't need that fuse. Okay, grab the helmet. Put this in his hand. And hold left click to drink it. And the food goes up, the hydration goes up. It's a miracle drink, really. Yeah, I'm going to need another one of those. Double click and I'll just toss it. Got to keep those janitors employed. Oh, did I not throw it? What's wrong with you, buddy? Fine. Just throw it. There we go. I guess I had to hold the mouse button to chuck it. Put another one in his hand. Yeah, I let my stuff get really depleted. And he's hydrated. There's another trick too. You can just click once with the left mouse button, and where you'd like to put it down appears, and then click again and you put it there. I shudder to think how long it took them to program that in. Double click your helmet to put it back on. And now, that's really all I needed here. So I'm not going to give you the full tour. But yeah, there you can get civilian clothing, which is pretty fun. Um, I mean, if you're running boxes around, you don't really need armor per se, unless you're going to a planet, which is a good reason to wear armor. So I'm looking for the spaceport. So first we need to go to the transit. That's the opposing arrows at the top of the right-hand sign. So we go this way. I hope this like miniature tutorial isn't annoying. Okay. So this is the wrong place to go. We need to keep going. There we go. Transit platform. But yeah, if you want me to just stop with the mini tutorials, just say so. Because I like baking them into my videos, because if someone's got me on a second screen and they're finding an interest for the game, I would like them to know a couple things. I actually plan on running my 7 Days to Die, the first episode of my playthrough, um, as a mini tutorial as well. So I can really introduce people to the game. Not that I have a lot of faith in it. I don't know what the developers are going to do yet. Um, 2.0 was kind of a disaster in 7 Days to Die. But I think they can recover. Okay, mic off for a sec. I'm gonna honk. There we go. Yeah, the cold is hanging on by its fingernails. Just not quite leaving. Okay, let's see. Am I in the right place? Yeah, Rikers International Airport, or whatever it's called. Yeah, there we go. There is another stop, and that takes you to an expo center of sorts. Convention center, sorry. Um, and that's where we're going to be able to see a whole bunch of ships in person that are flyable, and you'll be able to buy ships there as well. It's just really cool way to take a tour of all the things you can buy in Star Citizen, basically. But it's also sort of a celebration of design. Okay, we're gonna get the vulture out, and we're gonna do very quick salvaging, because I do have to get to bed eventually. All right, why am I here? It's elevator time. Go, go, go. Yeah, Riker Memorial Spaceport. That's what this place is called. Go, go. Take me to my hangar. And off we go. Everything's ready. We don't need a loading suit. We don't need anything. We can just take off. Actually, I'm going to make sure that there's nothing hanging out. Oh no, there won't be anything in it because I claimed my ship. Um, I remember I unloaded everything last time I was using it. Right. And we're in. Let's go find a salvaging contract. Okay, first I want to look at the map, get a bit of the lay of the land. It has been a while. So there are a lot of mining points, a lot of yeah, places to get to do jobs. L1, L2, Hurston L5, Arrow Gateway. Okay, so let's see what kind of jobs we can get. Salvage. Unlike shipping jobs where they just pay you straight up when you make your delivery, these jobs cost money. So you're buying claim rights. So where are we going? We're going to. Does it really not say? Oh, there it is. Hurston L3. Too far. I just don't want to travel a whole far away. Hurston L4. I think that's pretty close. L5. Come on, you gotta have something nearby. Hey, that's good. 10,000 though. What is it? A hammerhead. Oh. Okay. Hammerhead's a great ship. And I happen to have a bunch of money in my pocket. 147,000 and supplies. So I'm going to get this. I'm going to go after this. Yeah. And it's nearby. Like, it's working the plan in my head. Okay, this time I'm not going to strip the weapons, but I'm going to check the cargo bay. Because there could be cargo on this. This is salvage. It's a totally different play loop. I don't think you've ever seen it, unless you've been watching YouTube videos about Star Citizen, which you should. But, okay, turn the ship on first. Let's go. Open those doors. It's time to go. Yeah. I think this will be cool. And I better change the title of my stream. Ooh. Sorry about the silence. Okay. Update that so people don't expect us to be trucking. And it's time to take off. Man, a crash would suck right now. Let's not do that. Okay, I really hope I can remember all the controls for salvaging. Mostly. They did a really good job at adding um, directions in the bottom right hand side of my bottom right hand corner of my screen. So I shouldn't have any trouble. Okay, I think I'm clear of the planet or darn near. Let's wait for 10,000 meters. Okay. Okay, so I have to locate the claim, then salvage the claim, but first I have to get to the claim, and we've got a route. Let us go. Oh, there. I think this is what we're going to. Yeah, this thing does have some maneuverability. It's kind of a rock, but not terrible. It's more maneuverable than Mercury Star Runner, that's for sure. Seriously? Okay, so there's another. There it is. I need to get to an orbital maneuvering point, which. Wow, okay, it's taking me a minute to get used to flying this thing because the reaction is very different. She likes to turn. I don't think I could outturn like a serious starfighter, but okay, maneuvering point reached. Let's get to that job. There we go. While we go, I'll actually get some nutrients myself. There we go. All right, next step. We fly at normal speed to our salvage point, and we've got to watch for rocks. God, okay, we dropped. That is abnormal. Should really pay attention to how far away these things are. Okay, turn the jump drive off. It is really unusual to drop in on your target this closely. Like, okay, so I'm in scan mode, I believe. Okay, pulling my trigger to start scanning, but I always point away from what I want to scan first because there's always a chance that my guns are live, and I do not want to shoot my salvaging target. Because I just paid for this thing. This cost me 10,000 credits, man. I do not want to shoot it. All right, let's get closer. An Aegis Hammerhead. She is a gunship. Turn the lights on so you can see her. Don't remember what the mission said happened, but some kind of accident made it dead in space. And that's why I'm here. I illegally bought the ticket to salvage it. And now I am doing so to this great fighting ship. So, you guessed. Kalmatar saying, "Aw, come on, scan, vaporize, same thing to some." So, just trying to scan this thing. All right. So, I've got it scanned. Okay, so that's a scan pulse that I just emitted using tab. I don't really know. Okay, so right click allows me to zoom in. and scan particular parts. Oh, that's neat. I haven't done that before. It's not particularly useful right now, but it's cool. All right. The entrance for these things is on the front. As you may have guessed, or may not have, I don't know. This isn't the first time I've ever salvaged a hammerhead. In fact, I've flown a hammerhead. I've also helped crew a hammerhead. Crewing it was more fun. Flying these things alone, oof, not fun. I mean, look at the turrets on that thing. Every one of them is a manned turret. Turn my lights off so I'm less visible to pirates. And I'll just back up a little bit. Not much. Okay, stabilize the ship. Get a look. There. That's as close as I want to get. This is a play loop that I went through so many times. Um, I enjoy salvaging so much. They just changed it. It's got more detail now. Okay. Pro tip. Actually, newbie tip. Because I've run afoul of this one. Always make sure your helmet is on before you go out. Mine is on. Good. I'll just head out the back way. Down the ladder. Open that hatch. And we're going to see if they left anything in the cargo hold. So I have found legal and illegal stuff in their cargo hold of many ships. Do I have a light? Yes, I do. I'm going to need it. Slow down, slow down, slow down. There we go. Okay. Now you get to open the door, buddy. Open, 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 open. There we go. Hit F. F, and I might be in for a boo. Gravity works. Okay. Artificial gravity kicked in and kicked me out of the ship. I think because I'm upside down. Yeah, I was upside down. But hey, I got in. Okay. So we're on a ghost ship now, and we are not in a space that is, this is one of the turret bays. We are not in a safe space. So at any minute, pirates could come along and decide to take my vulture, or they could take me out. So I don't mess around. I am just taking a look. What do we have here? Escape pods. Right. Those don't work yet. It's very cool that they're in the ship, but they don't work. And that is, yeah, crew area. I'm eventually going to get to the engineering deck. And I have reached it. Okay. That doesn't look right, but I think it is. Oh. Cal says you can breathe in a vacuum. I'm not going to believe you. Because I've suffocated in a vacuum in this game. So, okay. So by picking this up, I should be able to see what's inside. Processed food, that's not worth anything. Processed food, again, not worth anything. More processed food. Come on. Give me something cool. Gold! That'll do. Okay, so... that is... Wait, I can't see the... Okay, I'll just let it down. There we go. It says iron. Okay. And that is scrap. I might be able to... I don't know. Actually, I don't know about selling the scrap. But I do know I want that gold, so we'll find the controls to the... Are they not on the lift? Oh, what's that? Ah, good. Okay, so that lowered the elevator. I'm going to go down with it. Full up. Ah, what have you? It's never work if your work looks like this. So that's processed food. That's the wrong one. The gold is over here, right? That's scrap. But it's always the last one you pick up because my memory is crap. Okay, just move that over. And we'll get that over to our ship, right? Okay, so now we're free floating. There it is. Okay, and this is, of course, the optional stage of salvaging. Yeah, this is an awesome ship. They do have to balance the ship and some of the combat because right now, 2 to 3 fighters with decent pilots, not even really great pilots, can take out that ship, even though it's got turrets pointing in every direction. Slow down, slow down. Oh, I'm upside down again. Space. Is there really an upside down, right side up kind of thing in space? It's all relative. All right. So that was really everything worth taking on there. Some people would argue that you should take the guns too, but I have better things to do with my cargo space. I don't actually know if the guns are worth anything right now either. They may have changed that. It'd be worth looking up. But for now, we have work to do. It is exciting to me because I haven't done this kind of salvaging job in a while, and I really enjoy it. Okay, so now I need to get serious because if I bump this thing, I can catch it, but man, is it ever a pain in the butt. All right. Okay, I think I'm close enough. I'm going to do a flip around because this is usually how I find pirates who are sneaking up on me just for fun. Uh-oh. Do I not have guns right now? Somehow my vulture may not have weapons. Or... Go away. No? Okay, they're there. Okay, good. So my vulture has guns. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to try to... Since the vulture is in no way a fighter, I just need to plot any course that'll work. So I'm ready to skedaddle. Because I might not be worth taking to a pirate now. But when they see me stripping the ship's hull, I will be. Okay. I am trying to remember. Okay, cool. So G for gimbal, and let's start stripping the hull. So this is where things kind of slow down. Because I am literally stripping material off the surface of the hull. And when crafting is really in the game, this material, right now, this material is valuable because I can sell it. But when crafting is brought into the game somewhere, and they're very close, So early 2026, I think we'll see the first real crafting right now. Crafting come in. Um, these materials will be worth something to crafters. Um, and second point about these materials, it looks like Power Washer Simulator, which is kind of fun. It's kind of chill. I can definitely talk while I'm doing this. Um, but yeah, so basically, I'm stripping the hull. The other thing that this stuff will be good for, other than crafting and selling, is that why? Yeah, that's not happening. Um, is basically changing the weights and measures in the market. So, in other words, say an organization, which is parallel to a guild in other games, decides to go out salvaging, and they go salvaging like crazy. They do it for days. And then they sell their material onto a market. Say, for example, R Corp. R Corp's orbital space, they just sell, sell, sell. And they've got like 5 people in vultures like this, and 4 people in reclaimers, which are the giant version of the vulture. They're all salvaging. They do it for a few days, and they sell everything they get to R Corp. Um, the price of materials there will go down, which will feed freelance shippers. And it'll also create missions in the system for space truckers like me to pick that stuff up and transport it to a place where that material is worth more. So that's part of the trade loop and finance loop that they're creating in this game. They've been working on that system for a long time, and they desperately want it in the game because they want live pricing to change how people behave in the game. Because if you have a game where I'm part of an organization and they're building a space station because that's going to be possible, um, they're going to need people to craft all kinds of stuff, but they're also going to need people who can find materials through scavenging. And even though this is very slow, it is. I know enough to, after the patch, change the scavenging beams that I'm using, the abrasive heads, to get this material so I can do this faster. Maybe lose 5-10% of the material, but do it faster anyway. So I become a source of materials for the organization. Probably not the only source. And they'll probably buy some materials too. But my contribution will help them offset whatever cost they're putting into the station. And hopefully, Star Citizen creates a system where they can put a plaque on some space in the station, celebrating my contribution, because these materials are actually worth money in the game. So of course, I will want recognition, because instead of giving them or selling them, I will be giving my organization materials. Mostly kidding about the plaque thing, mostly because I enjoy doing this. And if I went out for an hour and just got a whole bunch of materials that help them build a station for the organization, I'd be happy to. But okay, that's a spot I can't get to. Um, but yeah, so what's actually happening is I'm collecting materials from the outer hull. And as I do that, where do they put the thing? They just changed some of the HUD a while ago. You can see okay, there. It's, I think, I'm basically filling a container built into the ship with that material. I was looking for where they put the meter because it's kind of important. Because I need to know when that fills up. Oh, there it is. Filler stations. It is on the right hand side of my screen. And you can see, actually, screw it. See my pointer? It's pointing at depot, and it says 4.7 out of 13 standard cargo units SCU. So basically, when that's full, I will have no more room for materials, and I'm going to have to manually get those boxes out of the internal storage. So if you stick around, I'll show you that too. I don't know, this might be the most boring thing ever because it is just me hovering my mouse over chunks of the ship. But please tell me if this is not much fun because I've almost made my money back, not including the gold we found. Um, One of the most exciting parts of this really is going aboard derelict ships and finding stuff that you want to sell. Um, I kind of hope that eventually it's a little bit like Fallout 4, where, where things are randomly generated in these ships other than just storage crates or transportation crates, um, where you can like find random objects. Like, you know, you go into the quarters and you find a gun and a spacesuit that belonged to someone who was there, or, you know, you find personal items and stuff. But yeah, please sing out or say something in the chat if this is wicked boring because I can always cut it short. I've made my money back because each standard cargo unit of this stuff is worth over 4,000 credits. And I currently have 5. So technically, well, 5 times 4 is 20. So I've already doubled my money without the gold. So while this does take some time, it is very much worth it. Once I'm finished scraping as much of the hull as I really want, which if I were alone, if I wasn't streaming, I'd basically scrape the whole thing because it's worth it. I can break up this ship. I'm pretty sure I can do it with the Vulture into smaller parts. And that's when you get basically rough scrap. And you get that rough scrap refined into different materials. And I believe right now you just sell the results of that refining. But in the future, you get those things refined and those become specific materials that are used for crafting different things. So our Vulture's a good ship to have if you enjoy salvage, the salvage game loop. They are crucial, and you do not need to buy them on the website. You can earn some money with friends or do other jobs or rent a Vulture. I think you can rent a Vulture now and go salvaging until you can own your own Vulture. And you can earn a lot of money. So But let's see here. How's my storage? Not doing too bad. The scraper heads I'm using right now basically give me as much of the material as they can, but they're slow. So I like the braid heads, but you have to install them yourself. You have to actually go buy them, install them. So after the patch goes live, I'll probably do that because there's a chance that the patch will reset everything on my ship and I'll just have to do it again. Um, so I'll wait till after the patch. The patch might be this weekend. Like it might really be that soon. Or later this week. I know they're trying to get it out because they want free fly players to be able to. They want them to go to 2 different star systems, right? Because, well, 3 actually, because this is the Stanton system, and there's the Pyro system, and now there will be the Nyx system, which right now isn't very big, but they're going to be adding to it pretty much constantly. What? Okay, this is a chonky contract. I'm actually going to make some good money, but I don't think it's the most entertaining thing in the world. So I may just cut it a bit short and demonstrate breaking the ship apart before I head back. Let's see here. So I'm going to make sure I get 8 standard cargo units, so SCU, before I cut this short. Come on now. So I have a nice payday. The only problem I have with this is now that refining is part of the game loop, you actually have to take the material that you want to refine to another station and to a refinery, and then you have to wait like hours, many hours for that to be done before you're paid. So it's really, you go there, you drop it all off, you pay for it to get to refined, and then you go back later. So that's what I like to call a pain in the ass. But miners have been doing that for ages, since mining went into the game, I think. So, or shortly after. Get down there. It's a ladder. Um, so, nope, that's the wrong one. That's also not the thing I want. Okay, that is. Now, I just needed to eject the material, and auto eject is on. So you can see it's filling boxes with the material I just scraped. And it will spit them out, and I have to stack them right beside the gold I found. Come on now. So I'll have 8 boxes of this, and my internal cargo space will be clear, and I will be able to break that ship apart and take the results. Why are you not ejecting? Oh, it wasn't on. Okay. So this will take a sec. But if you haven't already noticed, I'm weird. I like moving boxes with tractor beams. Go. And how many more? I think there are 5 more. It'll go quickly. Doing this with a team of 2 is fun, but I have a much larger ship that I could use for um, salvaging, called the Reclaimer, which I've already mentioned. Originally, they sold it to people partially based on the fact that it was going to have a refinery inside, but now they've removed that detail from the website. So that's why I was kind of considering melting it. That end, that ship requires a decent sized crew to run properly. If you run it alone, you're doing a lot of running around, and ooh, I mean, that ship may be able to take a beating, but like, wow, was it ever a pain in the ass to get going? It flies like a building. It's ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to cut this short. I'm going to switch modes. And let's see here. So just give me 1 minute. Okay, I have to try to remember. Oh, wrong button. Definitely wrong button. Nope. Okay, so I'm trying to remember the mode switching button. Oh, cycle tool mode. You know, if it was just me, I'd just scrape more RMC, especially since I've got the other tool going. But looking through the instructions in the bottom side of my screen while I scrape more stuff out. They don't have the instructions for switching to tool mode. No. No. While I try to figure it out, I'm just gonna keep my thing pulling stuff in. Oh, that's how you wipe your visor. Alt X. I forgot. Let's see. So, it'd be embarrassing if I just couldn't remember. I can't remember, so I'm going to look at controls real quick. Okay, so mining salvage mode toggle. Okay, I forgot space break was there. That's kind of useful to remember. Strafe. Yeah. If you're wondering why I can't remember one command, this is why. There are so many controls. And they're overlapped on each other. I seriously was looking at getting a stream deck, but not for streaming, for this. I do not want to jettison my cargo. I didn't even know that was an option. Hey, roll right. Yeah, I know all that stuff. There we go. So what is that? So W something is fracture. Right. So see if this works. I'm going to grab a little bit more stuff because I'm addicted to the cash. Okay. Enough of that. There. So of all things, it was Alt W. Okay, so there we go. Here we go. I've never fractured a ship this big with the Vulture before. Let's engage. So I think this will fracture. Yeah, that'll fracture the thing. It'll take a while. I'm in a good position to do it, I think. Not sure. Oh no, that's disintegration. So yeah, I was right the first time. So let's fracture this puppy. It's showing red because I'm not going to get all the material that I could out of it or the best fracture. But it's going to happen. It'll take a minute. Actually, hopefully not a whole minute. But we'll see if this ship can fracture that giant ship. Well, it's not a giant ship. It is bigger. Yeah, it's a lot bigger. Get a little closer. Don't hit it. Ooh, that is close. That thing's gonna bust and hit me in the face. Wish there was a progress meter. Okay, is it gonna happen? I mean, I'd accept a message just saying, hey, this ship is too big for your tools. But this is what we have. Okay, its health is not going down. No, I don't think I can fracture this thing. Hmm. All right, so basically what happens when you fracture something successfully, it just busts apart into smaller chunks. Um, and I think I need a reclaimer to get this done. I'm not coming back in a reclaimer. That would take way too much time. And I've been on for a while. Hmm, that's too bad. Okay, I'm going to give up. Because the little health indicator hasn't gone down since I started. So deactivate that. Switch my tool over. And I think I'll just top up my storage for this, and that's about it. And yeah, on the left in this mode, I have a tractor beam, which is great if your ship's getting away, but or if you bump the ship and it's tumbling. But it's not so hot if you basically do not need the ship to move around. There we go. Minor adjustments required. Okay, so how fast are we filling up? Because I am about to bug out. Okay, we'll just get to 3 SCU in storage, and we will rocket off to our corp because that planet buys these supplies. All right, so I need a new surface. There we go. More hull to scrape. I'm sorry I couldn't break this up to show you what that looks like. It's actually pretty cool. Um, Way more exciting than just scraping the hull of matter. The nice thing is that they have made this still worth doing because you get paid pretty well. Think with what I have, well, I'm going to have 8 SCU of material to sell, and each one is worth 4,000, a little over 4,000. So I'll make some good money. But we are going to back off, turn our tools off, switch back to a normal transit mode. Whoop, not spin like a top, and set a proper course. Come on. Oh, there we go. That's where I want to go. Make a course. Plot a course. I know. Switch over to transit mode by holding B. And we go. Charge up the drive. And yeah, the other pointer's still pointing there because I'm not finishing the job. But I don't have all night. Sadly, I have to get some Z's. Otherwise, I'd come back in the reclaimer and finish this gig and just make that whole thing disappear. But I brought the vulture. I brought something small. I don't know. My old routine was I would bring my first ship, the first ship I was playing, the Mercury Star Runner, out here. I'd strip it of guns. I'd strip it of all the cargo, stuff it into the back of my Mercury Star Runner, and then I would go back, get my vulture, and come back to scrape the hull down and take the rest of the value out of it. And I made a killing. Um, right now, I don't know if the guns are worth anything. They may have changed that. So I don't want to mess around with it. Okay, there's my. Oh, that's not what I'm following. Yeah, it's trying to tell me to get back to the job, but I'm just going to quit it. I think it's messing with my navigation a bit, or I'm just tired. Contracts. Okay, I wonder if eventually. Cool, there it is. Um, Abandoned contracts will be offered to other people because that's what happens in the real world. If I buy a license for a target or for a salvage, I'll bid on it, I'll win the bid, and then I go, I do part of the job, and then I report that I couldn't finish the job. They'll they'd probably find me in the real world, depending on where I am, and then they would sell that license to someone else, even if the job's half done. So I wonder if that'll be a thing in Star Citizen. I kind of don't doubt it. So let's get down there. I don't know. Does this look better during the day or at night? And I need to find that tower. Oh, okay. I'll just follow the other ships. And I hope they're going to the spaceport. Oh, right. Okay. So that's what happens, Cal. In real life, you would forfeit anything you salvaged and pay a fine. Makes sense. I mean, you buy into a job, they expect you to finish. This time, I'm not going to fly too low. There's actually like a flag down there or something. It looks like a billboard. I'll stay above the billboard. Okay, landing on Area 18 is actually pretty simple. They have a thick layer of armor plating over the port, so you can look for that in the daytime. It's literally how I find it every time when I do. And my hangar's right there. Oh yeah, thanks for the info. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, so hopefully we make the landing spot before they close the doors. Okay. Are you kidding? They put me in one of these. Okay, I've got to finesse the landing a little bit. Yeah, you know you're into the flight style when you start leaning into it. Ooh. And turn and drop. Ish. Give me the signal. Tell me I landed. Let's find out. Usually ATC says something, but I think things are running a little slow. I think the servers are pretty busy. So I turned my engines off and I hope I made good on my landing because I have to unload this pig. It's a little pig, but it's still a pig. It's got a lot of weight in it. And I am going to sell this because I have faith that they're not going to wipe all our money when they reset. Okay, get going, get going. Good deal. Okay, and we'll pile these crates like a pro. Grab, grab. Oh yeah, there's lag on the server. Get in there. Okay, it's filling. Up. That little light gets in the way, so you kind of have to finesse it. There you go. It's clear. Put the crate out of the thingy. Okay, yeah. So, what happens to unabandoned salvage and the salvager? According to Cal, really depends on the contract, which makes sense. But here you don't get penalized. You just don't get. I mean, I don't know if that ship despawned. I don't think so. I think it stays out there until things reset on the server. Until there's a big cleanup. Okay. And this is how I behave when I don't have a loader. I just hope that's... Okay, yeah, that's a freight elevator. Just making sure I'm putting that stuff in the right place. So I definitely didn't point my butt in the right place. Gold! Gotta sell that gold. Really just tossing boxes. But this is a good day. Well, not a great day. If I were in the reclaimer, that job would have been an hour and a half, an hour, and I would have made a lot more. Hey, you're stuck. Why are you stuck? Physics, probably. Ah, physics released you from its foul grip. Excellent. So yeah, I'm using my mouse wheel to move these boxes out. It's not ideal. If this was my home hangar, I would have one of those loader suits out, ready to go. And you're empty, chum. Just have to place these properly. There. Lock them to the elevator grid. And I can drop them down, and before I log off, I'm going to sell them. Just go. I know I'm not locking them into the grid. I know I want to do this fast, but Slipknot is just not the answer right now. On the grid. I think I did all right. We'll see how well this pans out. Is that all the boxes? No, I got one more. Get over here. Oh, yeah, I knocked myself on my ass. Okay. Get up. And I have seen Cargo Box Kung Fu. It is awesome. Elevator guy was capable of demonstrating high-end cargo grid kung fu, or cargo kung fu. It was pretty amazing. He could put you on your butt with a cargo box. He could knock you across the floor. By floor, I mean landing pad. Or he could just kill you. And I don't mean by dropping it on you. He'd just whip it behind him and then pick it up in midair and whip it in front of him. And you would get creamed by a large cargo container. It's pretty amazing. If you want to see him at work, just look up a video on YouTube called Elevator Guy. All right. So as you can see, I'm slowly moving into Area 18. And when the new patch hits, the big one, it'll ask me where I want to make my home. And I'll be making my home in Area 18 again because I like this city. I don't know why, I just do. A lot of people like microtech. So we are going to store... Hey, we can store our vulture here. Cool. So I won't have to finish moving. Call that elevator. There it goes. But yeah, the vulture is a money-making machine. And I think it's going to be one of the crafter's best friends. Because you're just going to pull up so much material with it. It'll be one of the key components. You can go to some landing areas and find player ships that have been abandoned and basically harvest those. You can do it. I've been to landing areas where vultures were actively tearing ships apart and just taking all the components. Because those players have respawned their ship elsewhere. They just left that behind. And the server hadn't cleaned them up. The server doesn't like to clean things up. They want things to be persistent because it's more realistic. And realism is kind of the go word in this game. It's the guiding star. That's why it took them so long to missed it by that much. That's why it took them so long to decide to use instances for some areas, like the hangars. The hangar I just left is an instance. I think the real trick was they wanted to make the instancing so smooth you really didn't realize it was happening. And they managed it. Because if no one told me that my hangar was an instance, I would have no clue. So I think that's kind of amazing, especially considering they're developing most of their own tech for this. It's taken a long time, but now they're putting content out. Last year was the year of playability. This year, they didn't name this year, but I know they're releasing a whole bunch of stuff. And they want to put out major patches at least 4 times in the next year. Because they want this to be the most impressive space game in history when it hits 1.1, which is a tall order. There are a lot of space games out there now and a bunch coming. So, while I honestly don't always recommend people buy this game, I do recommend that they try the free fly weekends. Because you usually get to see the game at its state worst. I hope it's at the best. Yeah, this is the convention center. So I have another stop before I get to Area 18 City proper. I don't know where they're having the convention, the expo this year. Might be here. Not sure. I like the convention center here. It's just closed off right now because there's no event. But I think the first time I walked onto the deck of a hammerhead was during one of those events. Let's just have a seat. Oh, okay, that was a bad idea. The game does not like that view. Okay, so I think I should get up. Yeah, I think this is the right stop. But I like the way they have this design because when the city expands, they'll just add more stops. Yeah, this is the right spot. What's that? It is a helmet. I'm not that desperate for helmets right now. I have stuff. I have money. And I'm about to have more money because the whole point of me coming back here before logging off. A long stream. I think this is my longest Star Citizen stream. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. Actually, can you give me a review in the chat? Like seriously, I want to know how I did. Yeah, I'm going here because this is where you come to sell some of your salvage. Head on here and see if the commodity shop wants my stuff. Hopefully they want gold and what I scraped off the hull. Okay, select my ship. Vulture. Actually, no, I just dropped it in, so area 18. There we go. So they want the gold. It's worth, okay, 6.3 thousand. Very cool. So I'll sell that. And today, recycled materials worth 4.2 thousand. So that trip was worth, wow. Okay, so 52,000 plus. And so 46,000 there. And 6.3 thousand there. So yeah, it was worth about 52,000, and I paid 10,000 for the license. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Cal. I know there's another person watching. You're not very verbose. Thank you very much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. You don't have to chat. You don't have to tell me how I did, but I'm very happy that you enjoyed it, Cal. Um, I'm really tempted to practice first person shooter stuff off stream because I'm embarrassed with my skills. But yeah, if I play Star Citizen again soon, I think I should actually go do a bunker mission just to show you what that's like. Until then, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Um, I hope I made affiliate after this stream, but if I don't, it's very cool because I think I had a good stream. I had a good time. I enjoyed playing Star Citizen, and I was starting to miss the stars. So, you guys have a good night, and I will see you soon. Time to roll credits.